playing the ACDC for that Ethereum pump. But brought to you by yours truly here, Coach. Inspired me with the Thunderstruck song. But we got to pull up the live stream, and then Tick can have not that copywritten music is not flying. So, Tick, I'm ready to play the intro to play your song. We'll play your song. Tick, are you there? Take is making coffee. Want to bet? I'm just going to play the song. You guys repost this room. If you want to come on stage, I just invited some people. Let's just talk about what's
Yes.
happening today and what we are bullish on.
Yes.
I see some community from Masonic. Let's talk about Sonic Chain as well as Sui, Fart Coins. What we got going? Right, we're going to play the song and then Tick, you'll be ready with the live stream. Let's go. Here we go.
Yes. Yes. The live stream is posted. Forgive me, I was grabbing some coffee real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah, I know you were.
I can still hear
There we
you.
go.
Ripping crypto like a gat. See the chart, it goes flat. White headphones on his hat. Money counter on his lap. Gold chain with the strap. Cashing out hella clams. He's got Solana in the bag. What's the ticker? Where's it at? I put the crypto on my tab. Blew the whole shot. Didn't land another sell off. We've been had. Not a single drop of liquid left. Bullish on another flip. By 1%, it didn't slip. Bullish on another flip. What's the ticker? Where's it at? I put the crypto on my tab. Blew the whole shot, didn't land another sell-off. We've been had, not a single drop of liquid left. Bullish on another flip by 1%, it didn't slip. Ripping crypto like a gat. See the chart, it goes flat. White headphones on his hat. Money counter on his lap. Gold chain with the strap. Cashing out hella clams. He got Solana in the bag. What's the ticker? Where's it at? I put the crypto on my tab. Ripping crypto like a gat, see the chart, it goes flat. White headphones on his hat. Money counter on his lap, gold chain with a strap. Cashing out hella clams, he's got Solana in the bag. What's the ticker, where's it at? I put the crypto on my tab. Blew the whole shot, didn't land another sell-off, we've been had. Not a single drop of liquid left. Bullish on another flip, by 1%, it didn't slip. What's the ticker, where's it at? I put the crypto on my tab, blew the whole shot, didn't land another sell-off we been had. Not a single drop of liquid left. Bullish on another flip by 1%, it didn't slip. I put the crypto on my tab, put the crypto on my tab, blew the whole shot, didn't land another sell-off we been had. Not a single drop of liquid left. Bullish on another flip by 1%, it didn't slip. Take the cat, ripping crypto like a gat. See the chart, it goes flat. White headphones on his hat, money counter on his lap. Gold chain with a slap.
All right, all right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody on YouTube, and good morning, everybody on X. If you're looking at these visuals that are provided to you by Tick, Tick. Good morning. All right, good. No, good morning, Tick. Tick, are you alive? Talking to a mic that's closed. Something coffee not strong enough. All right, let's say good morning to Coach. Coach, good morning. How are you? You must be bullish.
I'm so sorry about that. You got me now? Okay, yes. Ugh.
Are you with me?
Yes, yes. I'm sorry about that.
Cool.
I was like panicking. I could hear the song finishing up as I was trying to like stir my coffee. I'm like, oh my gosh. So
You still need to
like
stir your coffee.
I
Isn't
I
it?
did
Isn't it like mud?
yeah, well, yes, yes. I use the electric stir. I've got the milk frother little battery
Oh,
powered
Jesus
stir. Like I'm
Christ.
high tech with it. I'm super high
Yeah,
tech.
yeah. You got the gay little thing.
Yeah, I'm in the future. It's yeah, my coffee mug, but first coffee that I got from
Yeah,
Target.
yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
guys have Target in
We
Netherlands?
don't have Target, and
What?
something. No, we don't.
How do you
But we have.
survive?
Well, we have stores that are like Target,
I
so
know I'm joking,
it's just
but
they're not called Target,
but
right?
but, but,
Target.
so you're familiar with Target is and how like
Oh
women
yeah.
like are like obsessed with Target for whatever reason. I don't know
Yes.
what it is.
When I used to live in New York, we call it Target, right?
Yes,
We would go to
that's it's
Target.
definitely a thing. We're going to Target and it's
Yeah.
Target is yeah. So I got my
Yeah.
Target coffee mug. They have the coolest coffee mugs for sure. I got my but first coffee and my one day at a time coffee mugs there. So the ones with the corny little sayings on them, so you feel like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
a goofball. Yeah,
Yes, you guys, Ethereum
dude, this is crazy.
4,500.
This is crazy.
Yes, Ethereum is gonna go to 5K in a freaking hurry. Now we're gonna get some things along the way there too, right? The dominance of Ethereum is up, while the dominance of Bitcoin is dropping. And of course, we see Sui respond immediately with some green candles, which is very, very good. We see that outflow of Ethereum really playing out here. That's good to see, right? Solana pulling up, Sui pulling up, all based on that Ethereum pump. And so you should be bullish right now, right? Very bullish. These dips that we're getting in our alts, these are absolutely your last chance on sales, right? These are undervalued. They have been for about 8 months. They have been falling to floors, getting so cheap that at some point, what's the bottom, right? How far, how low can you
It's
go? It's like
kind
a
of
freaking
nerve
limbo.
wracking. Yeah,
Yeah,
watching when Sui yesterday hit like 377 or whatever. And yeah, I
yeah,
get I should
right.
be bullish. I understand I should be bullish. Oh, it's on sale. I can accumulate more. But like I've been
Yeah.
accumulating for months, and so it's like for me,
Give me
I'm
a
like,
break.
shoot, come on,
Yeah.
I need a break here. And you know what I did? I'll share something, a short little story. I
Mhm.
did something that I don't recommend other people to do, and it was that I was telling people that the bull run was like about to happen, like people in my life. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah, dude.
don't.
I'm like, but
Yeah.
stock up on that Sui, man. It's gonna
Is
rip.
it?
It's gonna rip. And like over the last couple months, they're kind of looking at me like, dude, are you you sure you know what you're talking about with all this like crypto stuff, you know?
Was
So
that alpha?
yeah, so it's one of those things where it's like that's why doing your own research is so crucial, because I would still not be unsure if whether I believe this is gonna if this is a good idea or not either, had I not been
Yes.
doing
And
research over
look,
the
you
last
might
few
be very
months.
excited about your portfolio and you just tell other people, and rightfully so, you would have that inclination to do.
Mm,
It's just that,
mm.
especially with people close around you, you kind of don't want to do that because they're going to have their own opinion based
It
on their
depends.
emotions,
Yeah, it
and
depends on
they're going to
how
look at you
it's
as the leader, right?
yeah, and
Yeah.
what's important too is everyone has a different timeline on how long they're supposed to hold. So like I'm talking about my dad actually. For instance, when I was helping setting up his wallet and stuff, he was like, "Oh yeah, I went ahead and bought some Sui because I told him it was a good idea." And
Yeah.
since then, it's just moved sideways. But I know that something that he's holding, he's not looking for a quick flip. He's planning on holding it for years. So it's like it really doesn't even right now buying Sui anything below $5, knowing that if he's holding it for the next like 3 years, probably minimum, it's probably gonna be worth significantly more in 3 years time. So
Well,
it just
well,
depends
you might just want to coach him a little bit through every flip bear, right, and do some haircuts because
about how to sell. Yeah,
that,
that's I
yeah,
was telling him about the importance of that, because I was
yeah.
telling him that pumps like that the pumps happen, they come and go, and that's essentially how you can make your money, because when they pump, they don't stay at that level for a
Nope.
long time. So if it's up 30% higher than it's floor price, let's say as an example, and you have, let's say you had like $3,000 worth or whatever, so that would be what, $600 you'd be able to scalp off the top of that during the pump. When it goes back down, you could buy back in, and then you repeat that process. So you're talking about doing that kind of spot trading, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, just scalping the bags and
Yeah. Do some
buying in at the
haircuts.
floor. That's the easiest way. I feel like that requires very little like yeah, attention to the projects. You don't have to be watching the chart constantly. You just kind of have to be
No.
anticipating the pumps. Like, okay,
You need to have a macro perspective, right?
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
need to sit back
I love
and
that.
look at the broader scale, and then you're gonna try and scalp some here and there, so you get some liquidity back. So if it dips, you can just add more from that, right? And you,
Hmm.
that's actually called, well, you're trading with some leverage there, right? You're just doing in a spot way,
Ooh.
and not opening futures like I did today. Fuck coins on Solana. I'm
Oh
sorry. I have
no,
some
no!
instant.
Don't tell me
No,
that.
I'm good.
I'm
I'm good. I
scared.
made
Okay.
money. It's just that some tokens, the
Yeah.
bears, these Yeats haven't gotten any memo what's going on in market. They just keep hogging
Dude,
resistance and
they
selling and buying and selling in the same wallets, and they're at a loss. And
they
it's like,
need
what are you guys doing?
yeah, they need their cheeseburgers. They eat for a cheeseburger.
Real?
The
Oh
people
my
that
God.
eat for like $15, it's like, are you?
Crazy.
It's so crazy to me. It's like, yeah,
So crazy.
you're wrecking that chart by sucking any liquidity out of it. And for what? For how much capital are you trying to
Oh,
gain here? It's like so stupid.
Well, especially for future, I'm just gonna do only shorts on Solana. As soon as token gets listed on Maxium Solana, I'm shorting shit. I don't care if it's bull run or not. They don't care.
Mm.
All right, so that's my frustration for today. Let's move on from that because I don't want to flood anybody's bags. I hold stuff on Solana. I hold Solana as the native token, right? I hold stuff on Solana. The bags are cooking. I'm not looking at any of these meme tokens that I got on there. Obviously, no time to look at those. Those are just moon bags ready for when it's ready. I don't even care if it's down or up, right? We'll see about that in a couple of months or 3 4 months down the line here. Memes are gonna come always last, especially the lower caps, right? So I wouldn't be worried about that. But I wanted to talk about two things. I wanted to talk about Sonic Chain because somebody from Sonic community is kind of like a lot of people don't know about Sonic, and I just wanted to get it out there, right? What it is, what it does, who's in charge, how bullish it is, should we add it to portfolio, et cetera, et cetera. First, though, I want to touch on the Fartcoin strategy, and I think Coach can
Yes,
tell me more about it because I
dude.
don't think the whole community or people that might not be in the TG
Dude, I've
and
been
stuff
cooking.
want to hear about that.
I've been
Want to hear about that?
I've
Yeah.
been firing off the memes, dude. I don't even know how many Fartcoin memes I've made. Yesterday, I think I made six. Like, just like, I was just like, whatever. And, dude, I've made so many. And it's cool because, like, I love seeing my own memes and videos that I created and other people. H loves posting my videos, which I love that, dude. I feel so flattered when people share my content because and like I don't get anything out of it. I don't have my name tagged on there. It doesn't say like made by Tick or whatever. But
Yeah.
I just like that people like my stuff. I don't care if I'm not
Yeah,
if
it's
even if I
always
don't
good
get anything
fun.
out of it. You know, it's just that
Absolutely.
yeah, that's just how I am.
Yes.
But
And
yeah,
I think, but also, I think just a fun community too, right? The
oh, it's
TG
so
is,
sick. The
you know,
TG's
it's a
rad.
DJ, it's a DJ and TG, but it's vibey, and so, right.
I just
So
got
we
some
have,
strategy too. I bought some strategy
yeah,
yesterday, the day before. I saw that they had launched, and I was like, okay. I'm like, well,
yeah,
after seeing how Fartcoin on Sui went, I mean, and it's still going, but I mean, even right now, it's my holding is. I'm still up like a buck, but yeah, it's. I was like, cool, round two, let's do this again. So and yeah, I'm buying in on Fartcoin strategy, and I'm holding, and
yeah.
I'm not planning on selling anytime soon. I know I just yeah, my belief in the whole fart coin cycles is very delusional and crazy, and I don't mind it at all.
Same
Yeah,
here, friend. But we kind of need to talk about it because the two are connected, right?
yeah,
So the
yeah.
Farcoin Strategic Reserve, the strategy explained, right? Okay, I'm gonna go through the thread now, and then maybe Coach, if you're here, then you can possibly add whenever, or if I say something wrong, right?
Oh yeah.
Uh, is in it's like anything other right now on Sui. It's new, fair launch, no early CA, no insiders. The tokenomics are 1 billion supply in total, 30% seeded directly into the LP, 60% locked for 1 year, 10% Fartcoin Bank. No other token has tokenomics this strong. Every Moonback's launch has 1 billion circulating supply. Strategy has only 300 million circulating, right? So, deflationary mechanism. All LP was seeded in a 2% pool on turbos. All LP will be used for buybacks and burns. Over $370 in trading fees has been generated so far. Buyback and burns will reduce strategy supply over time. All burns will be directed to the 0.00, so the debt address, right? The debt wallet. Strategy was designed to enhance and make Fartcoin more scarce. Exotic pool. Strategy was pooled against Fartcoin only using custom code utilizing Turbo's SDK, right? And you can look up the Git book for that. What does this mean? Strategy can be bought with Fartcoin directly without impacting the price of Fartcoin. This opens up strategy to 200K plus liquidity, the market cap of Fartcoin. Buying strategy routes through Fartcoin, Sui, Fartcoin, then strategy. This means every buy pushes Fartcoin up, right? Strategy is intrinsically tied to Fartcoin. So this is just too bullish, you guys. If you haven't heard about Farcoin and Sui, it's like no other Farcoin. No Farcoin on Solana does this. No Farcoin on Base does this. This is only on Sui, is where we have really good developers that know how to build stuff, know how to connect the dots and make things work, right? So as the pool is in turbos, we have custom transaction bots to keep both Farcoin and the Farcoin strategy trending on DEX. So we're always trending on DEX, always trending on DEX, you guys. Fabulous, right? And so that's the end of that thread. I'm gonna um, hold on. I still need to look that up, and then I'll post it here in the jumbotron. But you can then show it on the screen for us, please. Then
Hmm.
hold on.
Yes.
What I just read is all there on the thread. Farcoin strategy. I follow you already. Of course, I follow you. Here we go. Here is the
Hey, GM, guys.
Hey, what up,
GM.
coach?
How's my signal holding up?
You sound good.
I'm having like major trouble getting on spaces lately because my signal is terrible. But I'm always trying to find like a higher
You
spot
need
or
to you
something.
need to hold your arm in the air
You can't imagine how
and
often I
walk to
actually
the.
do it.
You still walking around like an idiot like that?
It is pretty much like that right now.
Oh wow.
But
Yeah, so what I did is I read that whole thread on the Fartcoin strategy. I also pinned it up here in the Jumbotron for you guys to read, to like, to comment on it. If you have any questions, you can ask on there, or, better, go to the Fartcoin TG. Everybody there knows how to explain this. And if you have questions right now, maybe, Coach, you want to add to this story a little bit, maybe simplifying it or use a different regional language. I do not would not know how to do that per se. Oh my God, Coach is being attacked by a dog. We lost Coach.
Yeah, that was
Or a brown bear. What was that?
polar bear.
Life on stage, you
yeah, sorry
guys.
about
Only
sorry about
what's the
that. I have
ticker? Somebody getting wrecked by a dog.
I have two German shepherds in here, and sometimes they get
Ooh,
a little bit anxious. But
nice. They're wonderful dogs. Otherwise, just sometimes.
yeah, they're so ready all the time. But so the the launch was so that first we understood that SUI liquidity is really like too dry, too dry, and like if there is no buy pressure, then charts are doing their own thing, you know. So at first we just needed another way to play around with our chart a little bit, and pretty much we just created another liquidity pool that is owned by our community. It is though a degen meme, so for us it is basically living its life. I mean, Fartcoin itself had to have like 16 days of consolidation sub 200k before we actually took off, and as so we trenches are really quiet
Holy
at this
shit.
point.
That's a huge point. That is like so I didn't actually know that. I've been actually like looking for the answer to that question. I don't mean to cut you off, but I just want you to repeat what you just said because I think that that is like one of the most important things about Fartcoin's cycle and all of that is the original Fartcoin on Solana. So repeat that again about how long did it sit under 200k? It consolidated under 200k for a month before.
So Fartcoin on Sui was 16 days sub 200k.
Oh, forgive me. Okay, I've been looking for the Solana, um, like the comparison. Oh, it ripped up fast, didn't it? For the
Yeah,
Solana,
that
it went up.
chart is completely looking different.
That's right. That's right. Okay, I remember I did look up the answer to that recently, and it was way different. I thought that right now you just gave me a number that was completely different. So forgive me. I didn't realize we were talking
Yeah,
about
it's
this.
about different CA.
Yeah, but you know, I
But
did see Noodles top tokens on Noodles number. This was so cool, man. Number 12. So top meme coins trending on Noodles.
it's
Strategy at
yeah,
200k. How sick is that?
fresh liquidity. Yeah, and well, even more makes me bullish that there's a lending platform or liquidity providing platform, Steam, on Sui, and their team has been launching tokens for a couple of weeks now, and just today they launched strategy. trying to you know kind of copy that thing, but of course they have nothing.
No way. That's
They have no
Empty,
substance.
crazy.
empty-handed. I saw,
Yeah,
guys, be careful, right? If you go and buy with your rate and X, please go into a TG, get the correct CA, go to the X handle, get the correct CA there. It's always needs to be mentioned by the owners because these scammers will copy shit, and I have
it's
spotted.
not exactly a copy of ours. It's
No, but they
more
use the
just
word
like a
strategy.
narrative thing.
Yeah, but here's the thing: you go on Rate and X and you type in strategy, and there are like 20 tokens, and so you can make a mistake there. Just always copy the CA so you get the right thing going on there, right?
PG is yeah
Yeah,
safest
yeah,
bet.
yeah.
Coming
Because
there, type
yeah,
CA.
So hold on,
exactly.
I'm kind of
Because
confused. So you're saying what that there's a clone of the
and when
that the
they see that
strategy?
something, when they see that something is launched that is semi-successful,
Yeah.
all these scammers are gonna come and try to confuse people that are looking for the word strategy, right? And so that's why it's always important just to go ahead and get the CA from the TG or from the main on X, right? But a lot of people are just on their Rate and X or on Deck Screener, they're typing in strategy, and
So
20 will pop up
yeah.
because scammers will do that, and some will have. I saw some were draining, well, actually rugging instantly right after a buy. It's set like that. So, um, careful just there, right?
What's that called? What kind of token is that called that just rugs it immediately as soon as there's a buy on the
Well, it's
chart?
just it's a coded CA that does that. So
I never heard
It's
that.
called Instarug.
yeah,
Insta rug?
it's
Damn.
called Instagram. Yeah, how do you
Fuck.
call that? Well,
Dude,
so
Insta rug. That's kind of
yeah,
a bullish ticker.
Instagram. Yeah.
They
no
would
one's
ape into that
no
too.
one's buying Insta rug. That
Wilder
chart
is
just
gonna launch
organic.
InstaRock. I'm gonna make it hyper deflationary. I'm gonna burn
Dude,
80% of the supply at launch, right? And send the rest of 5% to a debt wallet and everybody sell and transfer. Let's go.
let's go. Dude. But so it is TEGY is the last four of the contract address. I want to double check this just so that anyone. I do have it up on the screen, or actually no, I don't have it on the screen because it's my Raiden X, and I don't like showing. Because the way that Raiden X makes you log in with that password, I don't like doing it on the live stream for obvious reasons. But let me see. So Fartcoin
Why
Strategic
not,
Reserve.
Pip? Just give me
I
your
will.
seed phrase. I'll take care of
I
it.
don't want people making trades for me or sending their filling up their own wallet. So
See
it's
your portfolio. See good
ATEGY.
heads.
Contract address, and then the market cap's 166. So Fartcoin Strategic Reserve. So this is the one. I had found it on X because I had originally seen it in the Fartcoin TG, and so I was like, okay, I gotta do my diligence over here and see what's going on with this. And I didn't even or do any research before I bought, which I don't recommend that, but it's just that knowing the team behind it and knowing what's going on and seeing the low market cap for me, it's just like another no brainer. So I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things. It's like if you're around some people long enough, like Wild and stuff, you start being able to sense when things are for the good and when things are just like an obvious like scam or rug or whatever. And like with the Fartcoin Sui thing, like we've all been hanging out together in the same TG now for months, and like it's just I don't
Hey,
know how
Tick,
to yeah.
take a look at the jumbotron. Sui builders used your image.
Oh, sick. Um, let
There
me
you
Cool,
see.
eh?
go. There you
Yeah,
go.
I can't wait. Let me see.
Uh,
Let me see. I'm looking, dude. I always have issues on the jumbotron. I don't know if you can see my live. Oh, yes, dude. The one with the fart man spray painting the word fart onto the
yeah, yeah,
bull,
yeah.
dude. That one is
Hell yeah.
sick. It's so goofy and like I get that it's stupid. It's not the most well thought
Bro,
out
it's
image I ever
incredible.
made. But dude, I
It's
just love.
incredible, man.
Yeah, I love things that are stupid and silly, and the fact that it's actually based in, dude, like the actual image of the person doing the graffiti on the bull is like a real image, So there is some like lore to it. It was created right around the same time that image was put onto the. Anyway, I'll shut up about it. But yeah, that's cool, man. I'm really stoked to see that. That's sick. Very cool.
Okay, so you guys remind me that I should talk about DeLorean. I got some questions
Ooh.
from Sui intern about good floors to buy. right? Look at some floor spec and stuff to do some TA. So let's get into that later. But Coach, thank you for being here. Just hang around on stage. You guys should know about Fartcoin on Sui. It's just too bullish, you guys.
Well,
Go ahead.
this I'm making a post about the giveaway. So there's a
Yeah,
$25
it's a
giveaway,
giveaway.
and so
And
I'm reposting it right now just so that more get more eyes on the giveaway because I love stuff like this. I think it's great for the community. So how to enter? You like and retweet the post. You follow
yeah.
Sui Fartcoin and Sui Builders and tag 3 friends, and it will make you eligible for the $25 Fartcoin giveaway. It's extremely bullish. So the $25 will be given to the user in Fartcoin tokens. Then I'm assuming, correct? And so the upside potential remains with that $25, where it could still be worth more than $25 down the road, possibly, potentially. Correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Technically,
Technically.
Or it could be worth less technically. So it's all up to.
technically, it has asymmetrical upsides
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
from a
Technically, yeah.
very symmetrical backside.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Now that you put it that way, yeah, with the fart coin, that's the whole point of the fart coin strategy. So it's like you're being set up to win here. It's like you're being like handed.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're being
Exactly.
handed the
Setting.
play on a silver platter here. This couldn't be easier.
And you know what I like about it most? It doesn't have a fancy name. It's called Fartcoin, but there's so much more to it. And I like these things
Yeah,
when you scratch the surface and it's like,
it's
oh my God, this
it's
is just too bullish. Yes.
counterintuitive. Like
Yes.
on the name, it sounds like simple
Yeah.
and like there's no effort put into it. And then you look and you're like,
Yeah.
hold on, wait, this they've been grinding for a while now. Okay, they've
Well,
actually built something.
and have that strategy to support the efforts there.
That's
So
freaking
yes,
genius, dude. That is
very much
so
bullish.
yeah. That's extremely bullish. Dude. It's one of the
Very
coolest things
good, very
I've heard
good
about.
developer, very good dev. Yes,
Dev
very
is
good dev,
based.
knowledgeable. Yes. So now we're going to talk about moving on to Sonic, the ones that are on stage. You just have to panda. I see you. If you want to come on stage and chill, maybe you want to chill yourself. Maybe you have a question. Maybe you want me to look at a chart and T8 for you,
The
right?
yeah, the Panda
Something
Pump
like that.
crew, that whole community, I will just say they're just very wholesome NFT collection. The
Yes.
base dev, the community is awesome. I'm up in that TG.
Can we talk
Uh,
about it in a little? Because I want
yeah,
to move to Sonic. Go to
absolutely,
my list
absolutely.
so I get that covered and I don't
Hmm.
forget anything, right?
Gotcha.
So Sonic is a ETM, EVM compatible layer one blockchain, right? It is rebranded from I think it was
Phantom,
January.
Phantom.
Phantom. Yes, I know it's Phantom, but I just wanted to get the date right.
Hmm.
Oh, August last year, so it's been a whole year already, right? A very, I would say, very undervalued blockchain. You guys want to look at that, right? So Sonic incentivizes developers by allowing them to earn up to 90% of transactions fees generated by decentralizing applications, the DApps. In this model, inspired by Web2 ad revenue systems, aims to attract and retain developers by directly tying the revenue to the DApp performance, right? And so, yes, EVM compatible chain, so a rebuild of Ethereum in this way. And you guys, let's have a look at that chart then. You can do a little bit more research. I don't want to bore anybody with the details. You can look that up easy for yourself, right? So, where is Sonic on my? Oh, here we have layer ones. Oh, geez, you guys. And let me do search up this one. Yes. So
Hands up.
I'm going to this one over here. All right. So, oh my God. Hold on. I'm just, my watch list is a whole mess. Some things got swished around. All right. Here we are. Trading at 21 cents a day, up 2.10% on my timeline. So it's possibly more on another timeline, right? Looking good. That chart has been holding like a good floor here, right? This is the floor. I'm not seeing any more down for Sonic right here. And so undervalued by a lot. This is a dark horse, right? If you're looking for anything in your portfolio to add to your portfolio with a lots of upside potential, then I think Sonic would be one of those, right? Very much a dark horse. So I just wanted to give it some attention. It's dollar sign S, and Sonic Chain. So if you're still looking for something to add to your portfolio before this alt season pops off, then I suggest you go have a look over there and do some research. If you like it, add it. I think it's a great addition to any portfolio in this way, especially because it's such a it's a little bit in the shade corner, right? But these things can come and pump by surprise, and then everybody will be like, "What's that?" Right? And you can front run all of that by looking that up right now. So I just wanted to give that some love. Let me go ahead and look at DeLorean real quick too, so we have that out of the way, and then we can start the whole shilling. Um, yes, let's go here. And I'm not sure what the question was. I think what is the prediction on this? I think that would maybe good for to buy back. Let's see. So DMC, the DeLorean, right? DeLorean Motorcycle Company. It's the real deal. It's on Sui, you guys. Let me just put some indicators on there. Let's do this, and let's do this one. No, that's looking like it doesn't want to come down anymore. Sui intern, right? It took back a floor here. And of course, it's a young token, so volatile in this way, but the higher time frames look really, really good. So, what does it have to do in order to stay bullish? It has to get back that 75 to 80 million market cap, right? But it looks like it wants to go there. Let me look on the higher time frames to see if that gives anything. So the higher time frames gives a little a bit of a bearish indication. So I thought maybe you caught up on that a little bit, but this is a young chart. So that daily says absolutely jack all, right? Not much. I would look on the 4th hour for some real alpha over here, and I see a lot of that pressure relieving. I see another push to get back to that 67 zone, a million market cap, and and then probably get a little bit of a rejection there. But this floor looks like Gucci to me, right? This looks really good to me. Is that there's going to be some hard resistance about 70 million. But when it takes that, immediately there's a bump up to around 90 to 100 million from there. So it's going to be gnarly resistance. It is probably going to trade a little bit sideways there, trying to attack that resistance. But with this market moving and Sui moving, you should look at Sui for what this token is going to do, right? Because it works like that. The two are connected. And so, but this price zone is still very much good to me. I think in the beginning of August that 41 million market cap was really like very undervalued for this token. And so a lot of people right now would be thinking like, "Oh my god, massive amount here, right? This is like so high in market cap already." And true, right? It's not a low cap at all, but a little bit on the higher side, mid to high. But this can rally so hard. This has one Bailey written all over it, right? So should you be worried about that? I don't think so. Actually, holding a token like this that stabilizes price as it does on this market cap, I think can really balance out your portfolio if you're a little bit too on the risky side with your portfolio, right? A high cap like this that doesn't make like uber drastic moves in short amount of times can really even out your portfolio a little bit. But everything looks really good to go. Just flipped full bull on the 4th hour, holding that bullishness as well. Sell pressure coming down, so it looks to me like it's ready for another leg up. Yeah, so that's the TA, and I hope that was helpful, Sui intern. I don't know if you bought something back, but I would say this is building for another leg up and then trying to attack the resistance that it comes up again, and it kind of like the rest of the tokens in the market are doing as well, right? We see that now happening all over the time. All over the watch list here. I see that happening. They're trying to get floors back, pumping really bullish, and then people lose faith again on some things. And yeah. All right. So yeah, let's move on. Tick, can you do lead the shilling? Well, I'll go get a little bit of something to drink here because
Oh
freaking
yes, yeah. If
yeah.
I do want to invite anyone else up on stage. I know that Panda Pump, are you up here with us right now?
Hey, Tig, what's going on? I'm here.
Hey yo, uh, cool man. Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about Panda Pump. Let's see. So I pull it up on the 24-hour time frame. Is this right? It's at the 100 and was it 135? Oh, market cap's 492. Okay. Hold on. Wait a second here.
Yes.
Am I looking at the right chart? 492.
492.
Sick. And let's see. When did you
Yes.
guys 2 months ago you guys launched on base, correct?
No, it was July 15th. So 1 month. 1 month on
Oh, okay.
base.
Let me see. Do I have the right P pump? So I'm on P pump on Dex
So
Screener. Is
yeah,
there
I mean,
some
like,
people
look,
that have
and
cloned you?
yes,
There is. Okay.
there could have been, perhaps, yeah, but we're the ones with about, like you said, close to 500K fully diluted. But that's us. We have our banner there, so we have all our Dex tools information. Our social should be there. So
Yes.
yeah, that's
I'm gonna
us.
go on.
We
I'm gonna go
launched
on
in
the
July 15th.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on your the X page. This is so I can get all the official
Absolutely.
stuff. There we go. So I have it up on the live stream, and yeah, I wanted to. Oh,
Awesome.
so yeah, tell us about the NFT collection. I see.
Yes, I mean that's like the newest thing. Like we've come up a few times, and definitely appreciate Wild&Tic allowing us to have a chance to come up and speak. And Tick, you've been awesome. Like you said before, he jumped in the community and he just started dropping a bunch of alpha for us, and encouraging us to check out different kinds of technology to use, which was I think awesome. Tick, I
Mm-hmm.
keep messaging you. Tick ended up making like borderline replica of our flame panda. Like if you take a look at my
Oh yeah, the
PFP,
video.
that
Yeah,
is a sample.
that thing turned out lit.
How did
Yeah.
you do that? How exactly did
Uh,
you do that? I'm like
that
at a
one
loss. What is the program?
I don't know if I did that in Whisk or Vertex. I did it in one of the Google Labs applications that are free to use. If you have like a Google, you might need a Google Pro account. But
Mhm.
but Vertex is so crazy. Do you have the live stream open? I can show you what it
I
looks
do
like.
not. I'm on the
Yeah. So
spaces right now.
Vertex AI Studio. I'll just give some quick alpha. And Wild hates it when I do this, but because she's like me giving away tools for free. But I feel like not enough people actually take me up on any of this
Look,
information. No,
stop,
no,
time out, time out,
I
time out, time out.
understand.
You
I
need
get it.
to have like a tip jar or something, right?
Yeah.
Because you're always out there helping and supporting, but you got to leave the room open for people to give you a little tip, right? Or
Yeah.
something, little something for your efforts, right?
Yeah.
I like how you should open yourself up for that, right? And not that we
Well,
don't we love to give, but you got to also leave somebody else in a position to give back.
yeah, yeah, I
Mm.
absolutely. And I don't give away every like trick of my trade or every secret, but then things I give away I feel like are kind of like more obvious things that I'm just surprised that not more people are wise to yet. The most recent one I found out about, I wouldn't have learned about if I hadn't sat in on that Google Cloud AI content creators webinar that they had. So I got some email from Google Cloud about, oh yeah, join the experts, blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, I got nothing to lose except some time. And I sat in on this webinar, and dude, they went through some stuff that I had no idea even existed. And I thought I knew, like, pretty much, I thought I knew pretty much every tool that was accessible for the Google Labs and all that stuff. But they pulled up this thing called Vertex AI, which has a media studio that has it has Imogen, it has Lyria, it has Veo, it has Chirp, and all of the APIs are built into this one tool. And you can just go in and click on video, and you can upload an image as a reference image, and then you can just give it a prompt and say how you want the video to be for that one. I just said make the little panda with a little cup of coffee, have the text "Good morning" appear into the scene. It was like a very simple prompt, just kind of messing around with, I just kind of like to guide people and show people how easy some of this stuff is to create. I understand that like a lot of people are like, oh, can you make us videos? Can you make us videos? And I like it's one of those things where I just don't really have enough time to be helping out like every project like that. But yeah, I mean, I do love this stuff, and I always see like great opportunity, especially with like NFT collections, to like really kind of capitalize on the artistic value and you know, kind of like show and highlight the aesthetic and the design elements by creating videos and things like that that show it off. Oh, dude, this Joker one is sick, man. It's not about the coins, it's about sending a message.
Yes.
This is
Yes,
cool.
exactly.
Oh man, that's
Yes.
cool. So
And that's
making a
what
video,
we
make a video of this. Making a video of this would be pretty. I think it wouldn't be too hard, dude. You want to know how I got these coins? Is the text? I wonder. Uh, huh. But anyway, yeah, I have so much fun with this type of stuff. But yeah, Vertex AI Studio, or even there's a couple other. There's Flow and there's Whisk by Google. I mention them all the time on here, but I never have anyone asking me how to use the application. So that's why I have like a lot of confidence now that no one's actually even trying any of this stuff, as funny as that is. But yeah, man, Google, they have a lot of free tools and a lot of stuff that would be expensive otherwise, because I do pay for my subscription to Open Art as well. And that is, I think I paid $250 for the year, I think. Something like that, or $200 for the year, but I can only generate so many videos per month with it. I can only make like, you know, half dozen videos or whatever. And with Google, in a month's time, I can make like, I think up to 4 videos a day using Veo, using Google Studios. So you can actually create way more for free if you know which tools to use. Just that for whatever reason, Google doesn't like broadcast, like they don't like really like advertise that these tools are available. They're kind of like on the back end because they're like experimental labs, utilities still, that they're still kind of like honing, you know, making them better. But I want to talk some more about Panda Pump and the NFT collection and what's going on with this. What does the roadmap look like, and what's been going on since your launch on Base, and like how, you know,
Yeah.
how's
Yeah, it was more or less a fair launch. So we wanted to give everyone equal opportunity to come in. We opted to not do any kind of private sale. Just because you know how those typically go, the chart just goes up, and then all the insiders basically dump on
mm-hmm,
the normies, which
mm-hmm.
is, and that's like kind of against, like, I feel even the ethos of like Base. Like Base as an ecosystem seems very welcoming. Everyone, I've been on a bunch of spaces with Base personalities already, and they've been very welcoming and interested in our project and wanting to even help. There's one guy who wants to have me back on tomorrow, or have us rather. And yeah, so anyway, we've just been trying to build the awareness overall, and it's very strategic, trying to target specifically like Base influencers. But the NFT collection, we actually dropped a reel in our profile. If everyone just takes a look, if it's okay, can I pin it to the
Please, yeah,
jumbotron,
yeah.
or?
Yeah, and I'm scrolling through the Twitter right now, and I was looking at the NFTs and the images and the videos and stuff. They're sick, man. You guys have like really done a great job of keeping things like clean and simple. There's not too much, because the tendency is to start creating content and then over clutter the page, and you'll just see so much
Yes.
that it's kind of like overbearing and, you know, overwhelming. But this, you have such a nice balance, I feel like, of just posting enough content to keep it like interesting and like keeping people interested from the looks of it at my first glance. And what I will tell you, I got a quick hack for you that this isn't tried and true. I don't know if this works, but dude, if I was on Base and I had just launched something, I would 100% go on Zora
Yes,
and
yes, yes.
start promoting yourself on Zora, because it's tokenized content. So you can make, even if you just use pieces of your NFT collection, like the guy, like the panda's eyeball, or I don't know, like one of their traits, something like that. You can create an NFT of that on Zora, a fractionalized NFT. And so it can be something different that helps promote Panda Pump. So even a video of like the Joker saying, you know, how did I earn all these? You want to hear how I earned all these coins, or whatever it is. So a little video of Joker Panda saying something like that. Then you take that video and put it on Zora, and you say, you know, Panda Pump XYZ on Base, you know, blah, blah, blah. And people on Zora is aligned with Base. And so it's a very easy integration, and it makes sense. And people on Zora will be inclined to purchase tokens on Base. That's because they're already doing it with fractionalized NFTs. So why wouldn't they do it with an actual project? Like, it just makes so much sense. So Zora, I highly recommend. If I had a project on Base, I would absolutely be on Zora posting all about it. Because, dude, I already spam Zora like crazy. Dude, I make like 6 posts a day because I tokenize my posts. and then they're tradable. And like, you know, the other day I had 5 people buy a picture of my cat that that I took, and it's like, it's absolutely absurd to me that we can do this in 2025.
Wait,
And like,
what?
yeah, dude, yes, Zora
I need to
is.
slam my birds on there. These guys need
Yes.
to earn
I
their
don't see why
keep.
everyone's
This is
not doing
getting
this. Like,
crazy.
I'm not making a killing yet, but it says that my market cap on my creator coin is $85,000, and it says the value of my total holdings is over $1,000 right now. And every day
What?
and every day I'm getting like 95,000 creator coins. I just claimed another batch, and so right now
All
I have
right, you need to hook up Wilder here with
Zora.
this
Yeah, I
because,
don't
like I
know, and
said,
Jesse
these birds
Polak.
that I got really need to make a living now
Yeah,
here because they are being a pain in the ass nowadays, and it's kind of
Jesse
like they want
Polak.
snacks all the time, right?
From Base. So Jesse from Base, he is the well, I think he's the dev of Zora. He's got to be. He writes, yeah. I could be mistaken, and maybe he's not, but from my interpretation, he's either the most active person on Zora that just happened to develop Base, or he's got some sort of creative hand in it. I'm pretty sure Jesse helped create it. I should ask him. I should I should message him and be like, hey, come on, what's the ticker? Oh, frick. Did you hear oh, I'm sure, I don't think you did, the Vitalik interview. That was interesting. So yesterday on Bankless, they have Vitalik talking about the roadmap of Ethereum and the trials and tribulations. And if he could go back in time, what would he tell himself? That was, I saw your post about Vitalik, our futures in this man's hands. But I love pictures and videos of Vitalik and interviews. He's an interesting character. And, damn, what a genius at the same time. It's crazy. But yeah, Zora app, check it out, you guys.
Yes, and
yes.
check that out.
And then Panda Pump as well, check it out. So let's see, I want to go on the Panda.
Because this whole Twitter thing is kind of annoying. So you can quickly get monetized. Monetization for me was absolutely not an issue. A week and a half, you could monetize. But then the whole taxes thing with it, I pay like half of, half. The government's going to take half. And so Twitter for me is now totally not worth it. It's totally not worth it. It's crazy how it does that here.
Who made the Pico playlists?
The Panda?
Panda Pump. Yeah, he's got the.
Yeah.
Who made?
I curated that.
Did you?
Curated that. Yeah, yeah. Did you like it?
I do like Black Bear. Black Bear is one of my like guilty pleasures. Like I'll never like admit it to anyone. Like I wouldn't tell like my girlfriend that I listen to Black Bear. Well, she could probably. And I don't really like listen to him, but I definitely used to. I don't know what it is about that dude's music, but it's I like his music. So you're a Black Bear fan?
Yeah, I mean, look, I was just trying to find their best flow and just curating, like, these are the songs that came up.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of trial and error.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say I would listen to him, like, outright, but I
Right.
just felt the song kind of,
Yeah.
like, fit in
It's
with,
a
like,
sick
kind
song.
of the narrative, the energy.
Yeah, I love that one. It's
And-
good. Have you heard Mansions? Mansionz? Mansions?
I'm gonna write it down right now.
Oh, yeah,
but
check
that could be
out-
on our playlist number 2.
Oh, check out Mansions, dude, because Mansions is Black Bear and what's his name that does You Think You're Cooler Than Me? You Think You're Cooler Than Me?
nice.
Mike Posner. So it's Mike Posner and
Yes.
Black Bear. They have a group called Mansions, and Mansions actually has like a couple songs that I kind of dig. So check out Options by Mansions. Like I've got Options by Mansions.
Yes.
That's a banger of a
Got
track.
it.
Mansions is cool,
Yeah.
man. I like stuff like that, but it's a guilty pleasure that personally, like I listen to. It's kind of embarrassing that I like that music because it's kind of poppy, but I'm not gonna lie, man. There's something about it that's just I love it. Shamefully love it.
It's just a little gay.
Yeah, it's a little gay. It is. It's totally. It's no AC/DC Thunderstruck, which I was actually playing that on my girlfriend on my guitar the other day because I found one of my old guitars. I was like, oh, check this out. And that guitar intro is one of my favorites to play. The back and forth, the finger.
Yeah, the riff.
Oh, dude, I
Yeah.
love. It's like a hammer-ons. It's a hammer-ons and pull-offs with your left hand as you're playing. You actually don't do any picking. You just use your fingers to kind of bounce off the strings, and I love playing that intro.
Yeah, it's crazy. It hurts your fingertips though.
Yeah. You got to go fast.
Freak. Yes.
Yeah, it's like faster and faster. I love that.
Yeah.
When you're playing that.
I play acoustic guitar.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. But yes, yeah, hats off to
If
Panda Pump,
if I
dude.
feel like it, if I feel like it.
Yeah. This collection is so sick though. Honestly, I mean, we see a lot of NFT collections come through here and the Panda Pump one, it makes so much sense. I love the artwork, honestly, and the traits and the variations in the collection. I think that this is an extremely bullish collection. It hasn't launched yet, correct?
Yeah, not yet. And the
Yeah.
collection is going to be called
Yeah.
Panda Pals. So
Mhm.
that's just under the
Okay.
umbrella Panda Prompt universe. So we again have the
Sick.
token, we have the staking app, and the NFT collection will just be part and parcel of the entire ecosystem. We're going to launch a merch store as well. So just be on the lookout for that. And
Mhm.
we also have a song, original song that we made
Sick.
with animation. It's about 3 minutes long. That's yeah, it's pretty catchy. It's fun, and we'll be releasing that as well. So
That's
we just
awesome.
we want to keep building it, leaning into the IP, and just to focus on the quality of the art of the product and not over clutter, like you said, and just quality over quantity. And we
Yeah.
we actually do, believe it or not, we have a ton of content that's just sitting in reserve. So
I bet.
there's like, yeah, that's just waiting, just like one at a time, like
Yeah.
let it breathe a little bit, let people understand the brand, and see what kind of connections we can make over time with the right folks. So
That's
I'd
wise.
like to make
Yeah.
a comic book at some point in time. So it's just, you got to take it day by day.
Absolutely, absolutely, and it's like if you were to look at like the Pengu, you guys have definitely taken a note out of the page of Pengu, correct? It's not like you haven't heard of Pengu, right,
Absolutely. I mean, it's like a household name at this point. I
dude?
hear that
So
there's
have
rumors they're going to partner with McDonald's.
bro,
So
have
I don't
you
know.
listened? You should listen to his interview. The creater, I can't
Oh
remember
yeah,
his name off the top
Luca
of my. Is it
Nets. I know
Luca?
Luca. I watched
So,
a lot of his podcasts. So
bro,
yeah,
have you
he's.
seen the one with Bankless?
Is it from a few years ago? Because I
It,
watched
it,
most of his stuff.
it's
He dropped a lot of
maybe
Alfondos.
8 months ago or almost a year ago. But yeah, Pudge.
Probably saw it, but I can look at it again. It
Dude,
doesn't.
Pudgy Penguin's bankless interview, it's so sick how he dives into like the basically his like vision, the roadmap, what they're working on. And it's like, dude, when I listened to that, I was like, holy hell. And but at the time, dude, Pengu was at 0.09 cents. I was like, what gives? And every time I would buy in, it would just like pull back. It would pull back. It'd go down to like 7.9. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I can't win. And then recently it started to like rally. It broke through some resistance, and we had that breakout past 3.2 basically, and up to 4.2. And I feel like now that's kind of like the ball's getting rolling. But their roadmap in terms of like they're working on a full feature length movie, like a feature film, or at least one. They're working on like at least one like kids cartoon, like a full on like TV series. Not to mention the plushed animals that they do, the claw machines, the plushed animals that are tied to the NFTs. There's just, dude, it's just like anything that you can think of. Pengu is, they want to get like their foot in there, and then they want to could like basically dominate that market. It's like, oh, plushed animals, okay, let's start doing that, and then let's freaking take over. And you have to have that approach, I feel like, or at least that type of attitude. If you want to succeed, you have to be very kind of have your eyes on set your eyes on like the stars, set your goals like very very big, and try to achieve at least some of it, maybe. So yeah, I love that though, that you guys are kind of like following that kind of roadmap, and you have like a vision, and you guys are continue to build, and that you guys aren't rushing into it either, because it's like you could just easily just like pump the entire NFT collection out and just try to rush through it. But it's that you guys are trying to build the community and build an audience first, it seems like.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, just if we could partner with the right people, if we could just like I said, just take it a day at a time. And I think as long as you show up each day, because I'm a bit type A, I have to be very honest. I want everything like now. And you could tell with just the art, like the art isn't just the artist coming up. I have to come up with the vision, and then there's a ton of editing in the middle. Everything has to be more or less presented in a proper way. So I do have that side of me. But when you look at the longer term scope of a project, you have to be realistic and practical with yourself that Rome wasn't built in a day. So with the adage of just showing up every day, you have to just make sure you're doing that, and you can't have complacency in those micro interactions, like the day by day, the hour by
Mm,
hour. And if you can do that and just stack those kind of bricks together
mm-hmm.
over the long run, if you just maintain that focus and that diligence, it will eventually break. That's how I feel. And that's what we're trying to do with,
Yeah.
again, going back to the quality of the product itself. So Yeah, I mean, hopefully people can see that that's what we're trying to do and just stop in. It's a really cool, welcoming community. And yeah, we're just here to have fun and laugh and make people smile. So we're about pumping the good vibes and the joy and the energy. So just try to stop in and take a look at what we're trying to build here.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's what I
That is
love most. It's
awesome. And
so wholesome.
I always try and tell Tick the same because he's kind of the same, right? Want to tweak it to perfection.
Mm.
But just every tweak is a win. And people enjoy being on that journey with you as well, right? To see things get better and better over time.
Oh, it's
It
so
builds
cool.
confidence is
Yeah, like
them,
look at
them
Fartcoin.
as well.
Like what
Yeah.
we've watched the Fartcoin dev do over the last couple months. It's so cool watching
Yes,
him,
exactly.
come up
Right.
with like new vision and being like, okay, so I run into this roadblock or I run this pitfall. How am I going to navigate this? Okay, here's a solution to that. And it's like, that's so inspiring that, some people, they want to give up and abandon the project because the market cap fell 50% or 60%. And it's like, dude, are you crazy? You did all this work and invested all this time.
There are still people selling right now. There are
Mm-hmm.
still people selling with Ethereum pumping, going to 5K, going to 10K, right? All season coming, and still people are selling positions. It's crazy. But bless their souls, they do not know. So
Yeah.
the market conditions are not, the chart is not a reflection of your work per se. The chart will follow it, but there is a
Mm.
delay,
Yeah.
right? And so the accumulation of that is the big pumps that are coming for us, right? So that is the epidome of all the work. But it's really nice to see, like if you come with a perfect product, people are going to be bearish after that because you got to continue now to uphold that perfection, and it's going to be hard. So you're shooting yourself in the foot, right? It's better to show people the grind and how it gets better over time, and then there's still something to look forward to, and that's very important in crypto, especially when all season is not really happening. Well, it's happening, but a lot of people don't get that it's happening yet, right? So we all know it's happening. The next 4 5 months, you really got to lock in, right? Because things are going to pop off ridiculously. If you have been around last cycle, you know what I'm talking about. It's going to get freaking crazy. You have never seen these pumps in your lifetime. Literally, Bitcoin will be at a price you have not seen in a lifetime. This is going to be new, right? Every all-time high.
Where are we going?
So, where are
Where
we
do you think
going?
it's going to land? 190?
Well,
No,
well,
185?
174 is still my pick here,
Oh.
right? I think right now, if we would take right now, because we're moving in a channel, so the longer we take to pump hard to pass that previous all-time high, the longer we take, the higher we go, right? So the
Mm,
more
yeah.
sideways we are with Bitcoin, the higher Bitcoin will pump. So we had our target for 128, didn't go there. So now we moved sideways. So now 138 is now on the menu, right? Go crabby sideways for another couple of weeks, and we'll be
Mm-hmm.
at 148 as a target for the next leg up. So that's how it kind of works. Yeah, Sui intern, I just wanted to say to you as well, you need to really believe in your bags right now. You made the decision and you got to stick with them
Yeah.
so they can do the access that you were buying them
Yeah,
for,
why do you
right?
say that? I'm so
We're not
curious.
buying for 10%. We're not buying for 20%. We're not even buying for 50%. We're buying for access,
Yeah.
5x, 10x, 20x. And that is all going to happen and unfold. The market does not reward greedy fuckers, right? It rewards patience. Patience. I've been in this bear market now for almost 4 years, buying. And I'm not saying any of it. Sometimes that was not easy at all. But at one point, you got to double down on what you picked and just hang on for dear life, right? Hang on for dear life. That token DeLorean, right, is gonna do the thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
But if
yeah.
but look, if that's all you got in your portfolio, that's not a good thing because now
Right.
you're gonna stare at that chart every day because it's all you got, right? And if it's not pumping for a day or not pulling up with the market as much as you like to see, then is that a bad project? No, it's just what happens in the moment, right?
The
But you cannot get
release
stuck there.
the release for the DeLorean's not for until 2027, so it's like realistically it's like
Yeah.
your money, there's not going to be a whole lot of momentum or volume on this chart for a
Yeah.
little while, at least in my humble opinion. I mean, none of us have a crystal ball,
Well,
but
I think everything on Sui will pump the hardest when
mhm,
Sui gets close to its all-time high. Watch that happen.
yeah,
Volume, people are gonna come
it's
back to
coming.
Sui in a fucking hurry. Yes.
Yeah,
And
because
things are gonna pump hard.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like we can't forget that like Bitcoin or Sui was outperforming everything like
Oh
crazy a
yeah.
month ago.
And it
It
will
was
do it
absolutely
again.
staggering.
Well, it will do it again
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it's not that far from its all-time high, you guys.
yeah. Right
Right?
now, yeah,
For Sui to pump to its all-time high is gonna cost the same effort for Bitcoin to do its all-time high from here.
yeah. It's
The money
just
that
we're
Bitcoin needs for its all-time high, half of that would pump Sui above all-time high. Half of that money.
yeah.
So not even a
Yeah,
quarter
and when
of
you
that
look to
money.
the left on the chart, then it becomes pretty clear. It's just that there's still a lot of sell pressure because it's such a young chart. There's people that are up like crazy. So if I go on the daily and you go to the left, actually no, that's too. I'd have to go to the weekly, I guess, right? So if I go to the weekly and you look to the left, you can see that sell pressure is crazy because the people that got in, just last year, it's like now they're up. So it's like
Yeah, they're waking up. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, there is not the volume for the alts is not there, you guys.
Mm,
Not there. You can clearly see that, right? The ones that are going, number one, Bitcoin and then Ethereum. Ethereum is gonna steal the show, and once Ethereum is done doing its rallies, halfway through its rally,
dude.
going to its all-time high,
Yeah.
that's when things start to pump. And
You
then when the
said
top
this.
is in for Bitcoin, there's that rotation that's gonna happen. Wait for that to happen. That's gonna pull up your layer ones, and they with the same volume that Ethereum moves with, because it's at a much, much higher market cap than any of your layer ones is, right? They're all subpart of Ethereum that way. They will do many X's. That's why you bought them for the upside potential, or else you could have bought Ethereum or Bitcoin, right? Now, I still think you need
Exactly.
some Bitcoin. We discussed that at length, why
Yeah,
you need some Bitcoin.
I just bought
But
some more the other day. I took some
yeah,
profit into wrapped Bitcoin on Solana.
yeah.
That's just as good as buying Bitcoin, right? I mean, I have some regular Bitcoin as well, but I figured wrapped is just easier to the fees are less, aren't
The
they?
fees are less.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
faster.
I just get it on an exchange, and then I send it to my ledger when it reaches a certain amount, so that the transfer cost makes sense, right?
Yeah. And
And it takes a
so
little while.
yeah,
Yeah.
remember to take profits, right? And so today I didn't. I looked at one of my bags. I was up like 72%, and I was like, I don't even know what the hell my thought process was. I don't know. But I was like, no, I'm not going to take profit right now. I'm just going to I'm going to I'll check it later was my
It can
thought
still
process.
10x.
And
Can still 10x, right?
yeah, I checked it now and it's like it's down 50% from there. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And so I'm like, well, so I'm gonna round trip this one, but I should have taken profit. And the best way I should have done that is I should have skimmed off a little into wrapped Bitcoin. And then, and then when it pulled back to right now, I could just, take some more of my liquidity, buy more, and then just, just make more, print more money that way. So yeah, remember to take profit, but it's just I feel like there's a balance to knowing when to take profit and so that you don't get wrecked because you don't want to like take profit too early and then lose the chance and then not have the chance to buy back in because
Well,
the chart's
this
going
is the
vertical.
thing. Now you're trying to trade the chart and you're trying to be a trader. Now that's all good.
Yeah,
You
it's
got
good
to
it
learn how
gets
to
you
be a trader,
wrecked.
right?
Yeah.
But for anybody else, if you don't have time, if you don't know nothing about TA, right? Don't even try.
Yeah.
Your DCA and your DCA out will make you win hardcore. I know people who got financially free just with a DCA in and DCA out strategy, no
Wow.
trading.
Yeah, yeah.
So actually, they are the most successful. The ones that trying to trade the chart often get liquidated too
Right.
in that process. And then when the pumps do happen, they take profit too soon, and then you got to buy back a top, and that gets them wrecked, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I've gotten wrecked doing that.
So
It's
yeah, okay, taking your bag up and out, 100%,
and
right?
you have
100%
too.
sell,
You did it
100%
with
buy.
Pepe, right? I've done
Yeah.
it with a few too, and it's like, but it's you can't have FOMO either way. Even if that happens,
Well,
you can't
my
let that
Pepe was
FOMO.
a stop loss. That chart went down for the first couple of months, a couple of weeks. I
Oh
lost
yeah.
in the end of April, beginning of May. I don't remember. 23 was
So
yeah.
so it's like you couldn't
Yeah.
have done. You were following the rules. That's what
Yeah, they're
that
just
that'll get you
following my
wrecked
rules.
too
Yeah.
sometimes. It's like following the rules. You're like, "Oh no, I should
Well,
stay diligent."
but overall, they kept
Yep.
me
Yep.
afloat. They kept
Yeah.
me in the green,
It
right?
may it prevented
So
you from
yeah,
losing a lot more money than, yeah, for sure.
yeah.
But
And
sometimes following the
in the
rules,
bear,
yeah.
yeah, but in the bear market, you need to have your rules like that,
Yeah. Yeah,
or else
yeah,
you're
yeah.
not going to make it till the end of the bear market. You're going to be broke.
Mm,
So that's the thing, right?
yeah.
So, but in all season is now coming, you guys. You know, I'm not being hyperbolic here at all. People have been screaming all season, and I've been in space going like, no, not all season yet, right? But it's cooking. What we're seeing right now is all the prelude for all season.
Mm,
It's basically inevitable. Even if all season, if this is a prolonged cycle and we're not getting a all season, we are getting a relief rally. That's very evident. So your tokens are going to rally, right? And I'm going to stay on top to determine is this really all season or is this a relief rally this way? Yeah. So because there's a lot of things that going on, saying, look, are we a prolonged cycle? Is this 4 years? Are we going to bleed into 26 with all of this? That these things are on the table. So we got to watch what happens. For now, it is still confirmed a 4 year cycle, but there's stuff coming flying by, especially around Bitcoin, where this might not be a thing. Or we're still going to have the 4 year cycle up to now, and then the bear cycle would be shorter. That could happen too. So, not a prolonged bull, but a shortened bear, right? That's an option as well. And so, I have not been hyperbolic. I've been against people saying, screaming all season as soon as the dominance drops is 1%, right? I was like, oh, no, don't. It's not all season. You have time, just
yeah.
DCA, right?
Yeah.
But now I'm saying we're getting there. So believe. I have not been around for 3 4 years to fail at this,
Well,
right?
yeah, and what you've been saying about Ethereum, you're like Ethereum's gonna be the dark horse. It's gonna surprise everyone. Like Ethereum's gonna be the blah blah blah, the golden pony, and like
Most of,
and look at
no,
today.
most hated rally. It's going to be the most hated rally
Yeah,
because yeah.
and right now you're absolutely right about so far your predictions have been like absolutely on point. So it's like
I
anyone
called for
that's
you.
yeah.
Yeah, for a 4300 Ethereum with a little bit of a pullback, and then that 4500. Of course, is going to be a psychological thing happening
Mm-hmm.
here. Very much bullish though. So ETH is going to really pump hard to 5K from when it gets that over that 4500. I don't see a massive pullback at all just yet. I think we're going to go to 4900 something, and then wanting to touch that 5K, and then right before 5K we probably get a little bit of a smack in the face there. I think that's what's going to happen. The ETH is on its own rally. It is absolutely not bothered with what Bitcoin is doing. Absolutely not. The dominance dropped below 60% again, right? The only thing what's going to happen is that's gonna creep up again a little bit, right? And then Ethereum will slightly start to retrace just a little bit, right? And then it's going to hover around 61 and 59. That's where the dominance is going to be at with this. So now let's have a look before we close the shop here. Let's have a look what Bitcoin's doing. Yeah, sell pressure is relieving on the 4th hour, but a little bit cooked on that RSI. So I can still see that we're gonna try and pump it back to that 120 and a half, right? That would be something to really take. If it does that, we're bullish. We're probably going to do a little bit up of a pump to get back to that former wick there of the Monday of yesterday. That got us by surprise, right? Asia buy. And then we need to watch because that daily looks too bullish to me, right? Looks too bullish to me. I think we're just going to pull a rip. I think at the end of the week, that rip will be ready to go, right? So I'm
Yeah.
thinking Thursday, Wednesday night, Thursday, something like that. If I need to time it, probably somewhere around there. Looks to me. So that will up that perhaps that dominance just a little. And I've been warning people when that happens, when the dominance goes back up again fast and Bitcoin is pumping, your alts will turn red. And we really kind of see that too, because when you put your alts on the daily, they kind of looking cooked already, right? kind of looking cooked up many. So they're what they're doing now is they're trying to regain a floor. Most of them broke out. Most of them is going to retest that floor and then drop you down. So this move towards all season is going to come in bumps first, short pumps like this until it just goes and it won't stop for a while, right? The pumps will last for weeks at one point. So so don't be trying to trade any of that shit. I'm not even trading any of it. It's just go time right now. I
Yeah.
just any red that I buy and I still have liquidity, I'm just like, yes,
Well,
here,
and
right?
remember, do not chase volume. I want to reiterate that because you were talking about like, holding DMC and feeling bearish. Oh, why did I even buy this token? It's not even moving. Don't sell out of fear trying to chase volume or rotate into something else, because you will absolutely get wrecked, because the second you rotate out, the chart will pump. It's just with absolute certainty that will happen.
Yeah.
So do
And
not
also,
rotate out.
if you are just having that as a large bag and you have a
Yeah.
lot of anxiety around it, it's an indication your bag there might be too large. You're paying too
Yeah.
much attention to this. So
Yeah,
if
because the
you want to
market, yeah,
scalp that and then buy another project, if you're bullish on SUI, which I understand you are, Nafi is going to do very well. Deep is going to do very well. Walrus is going to do very well. All these
Walrus,
utilities
yeah,
are going to do. Nafi, I'm bullish on Navi as well. I'm bullish on SUI Land as well, right? So any of these, diversify a little bit because they're not pumping at the same time per se. And so your portfolio is then growing because you're diversified a little bit.
yeah,
And
but
then you're not stuck looking at one token and being like, yeah, but this is my biggest bag. I really needed to do something
that's
right now.
scary, yeah.
Yeah.
And just don't forget how early we are. No one knows that DeLorean even is coming into existence. Go out into public, go to your local grocery store, and go ask 100 people if they know if the new DeLorean is, coming. No one knows that this is happening. So wait until like they start advertising that. For instance, wait till the public starts discovering this. It's going to go parabolic. It's just a matter of time. It's absolutely coded. So yeah, don't like let your conviction, deter, or become discouraged because we're not seeing that momentum in the pump, when the freaking dominance, the way that the Ethereum dominance is just out of control right now, and then the Bitcoin dominance is struggling to, like, we have these two battling for all the liquidity. Essentially, of course, we're going to see bleeding alts across the board while this is happening.
Yes.
It always happens. It's a repeated
Yes,
process.
it always
So,
happens. And
yep.
also, this very much happens. This institutional money is also in these other layer ones. And they are going to, on these pumps, going to take some profit. They're going to rotate it back in
Mm-hmm.
on a retracement on Ethereum and
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin.
And
Right. So
overall,
that's,
it's going to go up though, even
yeah,
as they do that.
overall,
So they're going to do things to
yeah,
be market maker, to make the chart, to paint
yeah,
the chart. And
yeah.
and they're taking in hundreds of millions of dollars in the process of doing that, and then they can buy back in at a cheaper, the price falls because people sell out of fear. It's a whole process, but the faster you understand that cycle, the more confidence you can have. And that's why doing your own research is so important, because no one can tell you these things and believe it for you. It's one of those things, that's like you see it happen time and time again, and then your confidence builds that, oh, I think it's going to happen again this time. Like, Pangu's red and it's down 1%. I'm not going to sell my Pangu bag thinking, oh, shoot, I got to get out of there now. I think that it's all going to shit. Like, Pangu is going to, I have a lot of confidence in Pangu, if you can't tell. But they're not going anywhere anytime soon. And I know that the overall trajectory is upward, even if people are liquidating a lot and taking in profit, because we're hovering around all-time high again. So always look to the chart and look at where you are relative to a year ago. If you're up 400% from a year ago, then yeah, the chart may be pulling back a little bit right now as it's on its way up. It just absolutely makes sense with simple logic. Sorry to go off on a tangent, but I just don't want people rotating out of fear and then being like, oh, why didn't you tell us, Wild? Like, there was no momentum there, so I went where the volume was. It's like, yeah, do not chase volume.
Yes.
You will get wrecked. I've done it
That
before
is
so many
that is
times.
behavior that you should really not have in all season. It's going to backfire on you
Yeah.
massively,
Yeah.
massively.
It's like right now you'll hear over and over, do not F this up. You see it.
Don't
So
fuck it up. Yes.
any KOL is saying, do not F this up. We've been waiting 4 years for this.
Yeah.
It's like really now the ball is in your court, and 90% of people will lose money in the next few months. That's just how it
Yes,
is.
and also very much this. We might even see another shakeout, right? We might.
Yeah.
And it's, remember, it's always darkest before the dawn. It's always darkest before the dawn,
Mm-hmm.
right? A lot of people around me, even real life, are just like, hey, I got rid of all my crypto. I just couldn't deal with it anymore. I was looking at it, getting stressed out. It was freaking me out. I don't think this is ever going to happen. The thing that you say, I think it's an illusion, right? And yeah, right,
Just
like that.
and
And
like
I was like,
Ethereum,
hey,
and look at
it's not
Ethereum
my money.
today.
You don't need to tell me, right?
These confirmations like today, that's why I get so excited when there's,
Yeah,
we get these giant legs up, and it's like,
yeah.
okay, it's not in my imagination, this is
No, it's
based
not.
in reality, this is the
This
way
is
it is, and we are super early to something that's a great opportunity, and that's all it
absolutely,
is. Yeah.
absolutely. And you guys need to not worry so much, right? Worry is no good. If you worry over your bags in crypto, you gotta, go out for a
do
walk and
not do not over
check your
leverage yourself,
conviction.
stay
And don't
liquid.
over leverage. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and think about your price impact on the chart as well. Like, let's say that DMC chart, if I had 3 grand in that chart, it'd be kind of, I mean,
Well,
just,
3 grand with that
I don't
LP
even
that
think
they have
I don't
would
even
do
think
much.
that wouldn't even have a price impact, would it, on a ten
20,
million dollar
20
chart?
grand would 20 grand would do it.
On a Because what's the market cap at? Oh, it's at 61 mil.
Yeah,
Oh, if it was
that's not.
600, if it was 600K, the 3 grand would make a difference. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right,
Then you
right,
have
right. But at 61 million, it would take close to like 30 grand or 20 grand,
yeah,
like you were saying. Yeah. Okay, so that's irrelevant then. I'm thinking of
yeah,
like nano cap stuff, but still,
yeah,
but that
yeah.
has to do more with like staying liquid and over leveraging yourself, which I know how that goes. Like in my DCA and things like that, there's been times where I would get carried away, the price would be down, so I'm like tripling down on my DCA, and then when the end of the month comes around and my rent is due, it's like I feel the pressure that I'm like a little bit close, that my savings is you just feel that. I feel the heat, like, okay, maybe I need to like strategize a little bit better, be a little bit, not be so overzealous with my investing, but at the same time it's never gotten to the point where I regretted any decision. I mean, you've talked about this before, is like there is kind of like a fine line where you want to have a good position, but you don't want to feel any stress because you're over leveraged and you don't have enough capital to just survive daily expenses or whatever.
Well,
So
yes, you need to huddle comfortably.
yeah.
I This is a good way. Somebody told me, and I was like, "This is a good financial hygiene
Mm-hmm.
rule to have." So anything you get, whether it's being crypto, a cup of coffee when you're outside, groceries, you want some snacks in there, right? And that kind of stuff. You need to look at everything like if you can afford it when it's double the price of that what it is, then you can buy it. If not, no. And that is such a good rule. It's such a
Okay,
good
so
rule.
so yeah, that is a good rule, and I've actually kind of
Yes.
applied that type of not exactly that, but a similar type of strategy. And so I want to understand this correctly. So if the item was twice as much,
Yes.
if I couldn't afford it, if it was twice as expensive as it is, then
Yes.
I probably shouldn't be buying it, because
Exactly.
yeah, because that means that it's taking up too much of my total capital, or whatever the word is, that my liquidity.
Exactly.
If it's
Yes.
yeah.
It's gonna
Yeah,
it's gonna get you in trouble.
if I can't buy
Not
two of them, then I shouldn't
not
buy one.
immediately.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and that's what they say with like cars, for instance. So like millionaires and stuff like
Also.
that drive like Toyota Camrys, because they
Yeah.
don't, it's because they understand that if they're driving a $300,000 car and they're only worth $2 million or whatever, then it's like their assets aren't
It also has to do with things losing value the moment you buy them. That's why.
Yeah, yeah, that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of with supercar, or not supercars, but even like sports cars, high-end sports cars and stuff, a lot of people will
Yes.
lease for the first like 3 years, and the sticker price actually cuts in like half. Like they save
Yeah.
thousands off this, and then they finance the cost of the vehicle after they've leased it for 3 years, and the sticker
Yeah.
has now dropped, $20,000 or $40,000 on some of them. On some of these like $100,000 car, after 3 years of leasing, that sticker price now is like what, 70,000, and then you can buy that outright finance that 70,000 instead of the original 100, which is
Yeah.
still, oh, if you're not a
That's
millionaire.
basically why, because you're
Yeah.
losing value, right? So
Yeah.
that's it's such a good rule.
As soon
And
as
I
you drive
think
it
we
off the
should
lot.
also, yeah, we should also do it when we're in the grocery store, right? When you're buying these things, lose their value like almost immediately, right? The
Wow.
value is only for laundry detergent. The value is your stains are leaving your clothing. Yeah, right. And so, do you need that expensive detergent to do that? Possibly not, right?
Mm.
If I need to spend $40, so double, and the bag is like 20. If I need to spend 40, what, just to get stains on my clothing, I'll take the cheaper one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Basically, laundry detergents is a scam, you guys. It's a scam. Uh, really, I'm being real. I've been looking into that stuff, and the most expensive ones aren't even that better than the least expensive one. Might be just slightly not better than the other, but slightly. But the
Yeah.
price difference is enormous.
I
So
think they
there
say
was
the
this
same
guy.
about toothpaste too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, exactly.
That they,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. Yes. You pay for the promotion. If you see commercials everywhere, well, they're paying for these commercials and they're still making bank. And so it's expensive because of the commercials. Get this, right?
You're
Don't
blasting the
get
top. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
like, oh, they're
exactly.
successful. They've had a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
trajectory so far. I'm going to buy them because
Yeah.
they're successful. And
There
so
was
you're buying
actually
the
a
most
guy
expensive one because you're blasting the top.
with a little documentary about it because I remember because I was doing some financial hygiene teaching, and it was this guy who had this laundry detergent, and he had the cheapest one, and he said, okay, so it's a little less good than the most expensive one, but the price is like 10 times lower. So I'm gonna get this one, and then to enhance that powder, I'm gonna buy a separate oxy
Powder.
thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
An oxy cleaner, and just do one scoop of that to add to my laundry every time.
Wow.
So I
Wow.
do two little scoops of this and then one scoop, and the total is still 6 to 7 times cheaper. And now I have something that is just as strong as the most expensive one.
You're spending
Right?
$7 for the two tubs or whatever instead of like
Yeah.
14 for the one tub, but you're
Yes.
getting you
Yes.
can do, 50 more loads or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
crazy. So yeah, I mean, I don't want to talk about laundry, but it's just a scam.
Or even,
Such a
one of
scam.
my favorite ones is like Starbucks coffee or whatever. It's like, do you really need that $6 coffee? If you can spend six
Real.
dollars and drink coffee for 2 weeks if you buy it at the grocery store and just make it at home. So those types of habits, because if you're spending $6 a day on coffee and you do the math, it's 180 a month, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, six times,
That's
so it's $180 a month just
yeah.
on coffee that you could be spending a fraction of that. You could spend $18 on a month's worth of coffee and just brew it at home. So those types of habits,
And do DCA the rest in Bitcoin.
yeah, because think about how much Bitcoin you could buy. You could be buying
Yeah.
$180 worth of Bitcoin and then 2xing that, every
Absolutely.
year or whatever. So, but yeah, those types of strategies and learning how to make your money work for you, the potential that your money has. So when you're spending that $6, is it really $6 US, or is it really, $10 worth of Bitcoin? Like if you
Well, and I
start,
want you to think about it because I know a lot of rich people, right? Like awfully rich people. And so I was very young when I figured out that a lot of these rich people are living like bums. They're humble, right? So I was working in Turkey for a while and living there, and I lived in one of the harbor cities in Kemer, and so it's in the south of Turkey. And so in that harbor were all just yachts, right? And so I got invited through a connection, like, hey, the cousin of the president at the time, President Gul, his cousin was in town. He's here with his yacht. Would you like to have to look around on the yacht, right? And because it's a nice one. And I was like, all right. So I dressed up and got over there, and there's this guy that greeted me, and but he was just wearing jeans, and he was on his socks with a lumberjack shirt, like a flannel. And I was like, all right, this must be the caretaker guy or something like that. And maybe the cousin's not around. And so he was like, would you like a tour? And I was like, yeah, sure, right. Just to keep me entertained before the life that the real act is here. And so he was showing me about the motor and whatnot, and the golden with diamonds it had on the sink on the faucet, right? and with diamond things in the mirror. It was like crazy. And then he was, oh, you like some tea? And I was like, sure. And I was like, Jesus Christ, this is taking now an hour and a half. This guy's taking a long time, right? When is this guy going to show up? And so he fetched me his tea. And then at one point, I was really saying, like, all right, well, where's this guy? Because, right, it's been a little while. And he's like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, and he's like, oh, that's me.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
just like, oh, okay.
That's funny.
Embarrassing, right? But my mistake, right? My mistake because I judged him at what he looked like.
Wow.
And he looked so totally not like he would own a yacht at all, right? He was a little unshaven and just, being leisurely like that. But these people with a lot of money, they are actually humble like that, right? They do not spend a shit ton of money because that's not how they got rich. They got rich by
Yeah.
staying humble, investing in the right things, having patience with it, right? Probably even messing up a few times, right? Going broke, bankrupt. And so they're careful about their money. They have a good financial hygiene
Yeah.
and they don't use it to show off to other people what they got, right?
True.
So just
Yeah,
keep that in
one of
mind.
a couple of my friends that like some of my most rich friends when I was growing up, well, their parents were incredibly rich. But some of my friends that were super rich or whatever, like I remember one of my friends' dads drove a Volkswagen, and they had like a multi-million-dollar house, and like he wore like not name brand like clothing, like very simple stuff. His he just didn't have like flashy stuff. And I remember I helped his dad build a website because he had this company called Asia Direct where they would take jeans like women's fashion jeans from Hong Kong, like whatever, and they you get a bunch of jeans and they're super cheap from them, and then they'd resell them here in the U.S. And it just always kind of like I thought it was mind blowing that like he was already a millionaire and everything, but he was still hustling. Like he wanted me to build him this website, and he's like selling these jeans and stuff and all this stuff, and it's like kind of like elaborate. He had the boxes of jeans in his garage to sell, and it just to me it was like, damn, he's already got money, but he's still hustling. Like he's like doesn't know how to pay the rent. Like, oh, what am I gonna do? Like flip these women's fashion jeans. And that kind of mentality of making your money
Yes.
work for you.
People are
That's
people are
yeah.
asking me all the time, like, what are you doing that for? What are you getting monetized so much
Right.
for? Well, who needs
Right.
a few $100s like that? And I was like, well, I don't need it, but it's another form of passive income. I'm here already.
Yep.
I cannot stop thinking about making money. It's my hobby,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I'm always on the hustle.
Yeah.
If I see opportunity, I take it. If I have time and my time is well spent and I can set up, or like my Raiden X ref link, that stuff is generating me income passively. So you set it up once and then it's done, right? And you just occasionally mention it. I mean, how easy is all of this? The people that are not making any money are not seeing opportunity. And that's not because opportunity is not there, it's because you're closed off for it. And that's based on what you believe about yourself and your reality, right? If you always think the opportunity is never going to come your way and you're waiting for opportunity to come to you, right? That's a very wrong belief because you have to be of the belief that you see the opportunity. The opportunity is already there. You need to go to the opportunity. Opportunity is not knock on the door and say hello.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
ain't that
already
the
have.
truth? Damn.
Yeah.
It'd be
Right.
nice.
Yeah.
Well, I did the other
And
day that
so,
email I got from Google that said join us for the webinar for AI
yeah,
content creation. That was very
exactly.
much I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I need to seize this cuz
Well,
it's
but you're
free
looking for
alpha."
it, right? Or
Yeah.
else the email wouldn't have caught your eye.
Yeah,
That's
I
what I'm
signed up
trying
for
to
the Google
say.
developers
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
When I say looking at it, it's not like you're doing that with your eyes and hearing it. It's not with your ears. It's with your mind eye,
Do
right?
some research, yeah.
So you are looking for alpha. You're like opportunity that get me ahead in this. And
Mhm.
then so when you go to an email, you're like, oh, what's this Google thing? 999,000 people would just scroll past, but you didn't for a reason. That's your mind's eye is trying to look for that opportunity, searching, it's scanning,
Mhm.
right? And so you pick up on the alpha. You're like, oh my God, this might be the alpha I need, right? Let's go have a listen, right? And then
Yeah.
you learn. But your mind's eye is open to spotting opportunity or anything that involves the opportunity that you're involved with and add to that to make that more bullish, right?
Mhm.
But people who are always complaining right? If I say the money is already printed, you just need to go get it. A lot of people are like, yeah, no, it doesn't work that way. And I was like, what do you mean? That statement is wrong? It's a right statement. The money is already there. It's
Right.
printed already. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the people who would go, yeah, no, all right, you're never going to be rich. I can tell you. I can tell you that up front because that's a fact. And you're now disbelieving a fact based upon how broke you are and how broke you were ever before. So you're just getting stuck in your broke loop. Yeah. All right, you
Yeah.
guys, we're gonna play the outro here, and we'll catch you all tomorrow because we'll be going on. Is that gonna be the same time again tomorrow, Tick?
Yeah, we
Is
can
that what was?
do uh sh- tomorrow's
Oh
actually
shit.
a big day for me.
Well, tell me
uh
what to do.
yeah, let's
It's kind of a big
is
day
there any
for me
way
too.
tomorrow I oh my gosh. Um okay, so
Think about it. Think
yeah.
about it. Let me know in the TG. All
Yeah,
right.
I'll let you know in
Yes.
the TG. I'm sorry.
Cool.
I'll let me
No,
talk to
no
you
problem.
privately.
I'll give you. You need some time to think. That's all right.
Yes. Yes.
There we go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What's the
Okay.
ticker?
yeah. What's
What's
the
the
ticker?
ticker?
Where's
Where's
it
it
at?
at?
What is the ticker? Where's it at? I got crypto in the bag. Send the CA in the chat. Gonna ape another fact. Got a runner on the map. So line of sniping like a gat. And the squeeze moving quickly. I'm the squeeze them where they at. I'm trying to bring the Mimquins back. 1,000X is gonna land. I got he chilling in the back. And the guest fees are gonna slap. Where's the ticker? Where's it at?
Yes. Thank you, everybody, for coming and supporting. Right. We'll be here tomorrow. We don't know yet what time, but we'll be there, and we'll figure it out. Uh, catch you later. Stay bullish, you guys. You gotta stay bullish now.
Stay bullish, my friends. We'll see you tomorrow. Let's go.